Sawubona Mzansi, and welcome to this evening's MIH Live. So, keeping with the theme of Git and understanding Git and using the MIH Git because MIH is now open source and we have to learn how to use the tools. In tonight's live, what we are going to be getting up to is we're going to have a look at how to use Git in the terminal, directly from the terminal, not using any VS Code extensions, what I've been using currently throughout the history of MIH. But now we want to move over to the terminal and use the Git CLI. So that's what we are going to learn tonight together. So everyone can follow along with us. Everything that we are going to be doing this evening, you can follow along because we are going to be using the MIH Git website. I don't know what to call it, if it's a website, if it's a repository, it's whatever you want to call it. We're going to be using the MIH Git version. And once we log on to there, we're going to, from scratch, learn, okay, how do we clone a repo? How do we create different branches? How do we switch between the branches? So we're going to go through, I have a cheat sheet over here for us. And we're going to go through the cheat sheet line by line to just dip our toes into the world of Git CLI and see what we're getting up to. Sawubona everyone, nice to see you this evening. So we're going to jump into that in a few minutes. Let me know if you have any questions out there. I know Git, firstly, the terminal is a scary place on its own. And then secondly, Git itself is also scary. And when you combine these two scary things together, you get one scary experience. So what we are going to be getting up to now is learning everything. So I'm going to switch screens. Sawubona everyone. I'm going to switch screens right now and let's dive into things. So I'll flip it over here. Let me know if you're able to see. And I'll flip it on this side. Perfect. So yes, we're going to be working on MIH, but a different part of MIH. So MIH is short for Mzansi Innovation Hub, and we currently have 1,237 people and 61 businesses a part of our MIH community. MIH is available for you to use and download and register. All you have to do is you can scan this QR code on the screen right now. That'll take you through to our business info tab, what you'll see on the screen right now. Then you can click on our website. If you click on our website, thank you for the hearts, we appreciate you. If you click on our website, it'll take you through to our new MIH website. This is for our consultation services and things like that. So you can see we are available on the Google Play Store, Apple App Store, Huawei App Gallery, and also the web. So if you'd like to follow along and utilize MIH, many different features out there for you, please feel free to download them. Just search MIH or MIH app and we'll appear at the top of the list. But the important thing, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at Git T, and it is available on git.mzansiinnovationhub.co.za. And we're going to be using the services over here. So the very first thing that we need, and also please feel free, I'm going to sign out right now. This link is publicly available. If you have a look, so it's git.mzansi-innovation-hub.co.za. This Git is available. If you navigate over to it, you can click on register or sign in. If you register, just complete username, email, password, confirm your password, and then register. That's how easy it is to do. But because we've already done that, we're just going to sign in. So I'm going to remember this device, sign in, and here we're in. So once you have access to the MIH Git, what you can do is everything will be blank on this side for you if it's your very first time accessing your Git profile, your MIH Git profile. So the very first thing that you're going to need to do is head over to here where it says repositories. So you can see I have 3 repositories, but in this lab, we're going to be starting from scratch. So I'm going to click new repository, click on this, and then there's some information that we'll use. So it'll ask what the name is. So this is going to be MIH-Git-CLI live. Right? So we're not going to make this private. We're going to make it public so everyone out here can access it, can use it, can play around with it also. We'll scroll down and see what else is there that's needed. So we don't really need anything right now. It's mainly just the name and who's the owner of it, which automatically defaults to yourself. So we'll scroll down and click on create repository. And once we do that, you'll see it has some information over here for you. So at the top of the screen, you'll see clone this repository. Need help cloning? Oh my word. Need help cloning via help. Thank you so much. Who is this? Who is this? Over on Twitch. Shout out. You found V. We found you, V. We found you. Thank you so much for the follow over on Twitch. Remember, everyone, we are live on YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. Whichever platform you prefer, you can utilize that. So now that we have our thingy, SSH, for some reason, I haven't got it working yet on the MIH Git website. So please revert to HTTPS in order to utilize this. So we're going to copy that URL, and now we're going to open the terminal up. I want to see if I can increase the size. Yeah. Perfect. So the first thing that we're going to do is, so the first thing that we're going to do is, so this is the terminal, everyone. So the terminal is like the foundation of the operating system before any graphical user interface was integrated with the operating system. So when you log on to servers and things like that, you mainly get access to a command line interface like this, where it's just you, the keyboard, and the screen, no mouse, nothing like that. So you'll have to type everything in. Like you can go pwd, so print working directory, that's what it stands for. So it tells you where exactly we're working from. So you can see I'm currently sitting in the yaso_meth folder. That's my user folder. And then we can say ls to list all the different things inside our yaso_meth folder. And then if we want to move over to a new directory, so you can see this is a few things that we can move over into. So let's change directory, so cd. So we're going to cd into our Git folder. And you can press tab to autocomplete something, so that will help you a lot. So we're going to change directory into that folder. And now if I print the working directory again, you will see that we are now in yaso_meth/git. So we're now in our Git folder. Thank you so much, Tony, for the likes over on TikTok. We appreciate you. So now that we're in our Git folder, we can actually clone our repository. So remember, our repository sits on, this is the link to the repo. All right, please feel free to head over. You can follow along with us if you'd like. Just register for the website. So once we are there, let's clear this and add a few extra ones. So to clear the terminal screen, just press Ctrl and then L together, and then it should clear the screen for you. So what we can do now is say git clone, and I'll just paste in that repo link. So HTTPS, all of the things, then we'll press enter. What we should see, because we used an empty repo, you can see this repository. If I go to code, there's nothing inside here. That's why it's giving me the help stuff. That's why when we punch this into the terminal, it did say cloning into our repo. And then it has a warning over here at the bottom telling us that you appear to have cloned an empty repo, which is correct because that's exactly what we are doing. Shout out for the likes, everyone. We appreciate you. So now that we are here, we can then change directory into that. So mih-git-CLI live. Right, so now we're inside this working directory, pwd. All right, so you can see we're inside that working directory now. So this is where the hard part comes in. So what do we want to learn? What's the purpose of this live? So here is a cheat sheet that I downloaded from the Git website. So we're just going to follow this in order to learn a few things. So the first thing that we'll have to learn how to do is we already did cloning an existing repo. So I don't think I want to use start a new repo git init. I don't know about this one at the moment. So I'll just stick with the git clone one. So I'll start my process off on git t, the MIH git t. And then if we swipe over, I think this is the part that we're going to do next, right? So I'll move this over to help me. People on YouTube and TikTok, I apologize, but you won't be able to see it. But the people on Twitch, you should be able to see this. So the first thing that I would like to do is let's list. So we're learning Git. So Git reset hard. Shout out Falcon. Shout out Falcon. I'm definitely not trusting a reset nor a dash hard. That sounds like that sounds like I'm gonna delete everything. That's like the Alt F4 for Git. So I'm not gonna do that. But thank you so much for the hints. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. So the first thing that I would like to learn is let's learn how to list the different maybe dash force. Never. So the first thing that I'd like to learn is how do I list the different branches from Git. So I have Paint open for us. So basically, when you're working on code, so I'll try and demonstrate this the best that I can. So when you're working on code and you don't have any Git or version control or anything like that, you're basically working on the main branch, right? You keep working on, let's call this main. So you're working on the main branch. And then you make changes, you update things, and it's all this one branch. And let's say, hey, is GitHub currently in maintenance? I have no idea. I'm not sure about GitHub, but the MIH Git is currently available. Please feel free to check it out. This is why we switched over from GitHub to the MIH Git. It's because, look, Git is down right now. Yeah, it's just loading forever. Nah, it's up. I'm not sure what's happening. Is Git down? I'm not sure what's happening, but they're both up. Even the MIH Git and GitHub is both up right now. So, yeah, so you're working on your main branch, right? And then say you edit code over here. You don't have any version control. You don't have anything. You edit a lot of your code. Like let's say you edit a lot of your code over here somewhere. And now you run it and you see you broke something, right? There's no reverting back. You have to figure out what you changed and try and fix it now. But when you're working with Git, basically what it does, it has a concept of branches. So a branch is basically a version of your code that you can work on and play around with and test things out on and make sure that it's working fine. And then once you're happy with it, then you can merge it together with your main branch. So let's say this is your main code. You pick up a feature that you'd like to work on. Then you create a branch. So it branches off from here. And then you work on it, and then it's ready. You tested it and everything is sorted over here. Then what you do is you then submit a pull request. So please, everyone, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm also new to this, but a pull request is basically you requesting the owners of the main branch to pull their code, this person's code from this branch into the main branch. So you're going to request a pull request. They're going to review your code. They're going to make sure that everything is good. They're going to test it out themselves, make sure that it's working. And once it's ready, they're going to accept your pull request. Then they're going to merge it into the main branch. So you're going to merge it in over here. And then everything is working fine, should be working fine. Let's say over here, there's some issues. You explained it correctly, gang. Shout out. So let's say there's some issues over here. So you've merged this code, and now remember, main is production. So main is what's currently living on your servers, whether it's the cloud or whether it's on premises. It's living on your servers. So let's say there's some issues after merging your branch. So let's call this B1. Let's say you merged this branch. Now there's issues in production. Instead of you now creating a new branch over here, fixing it, then merging it, there's no need to do that. What you'll have to do is you just revert back to this step. So your code will now skip everything that's here and then just come back here where everything was working fine before you merged everything. And everything is working good. So there's no stress, there's no issues when working with Git. So that's my understanding of it at the moment. Just basic high-level understanding. So the first thing that we're going to have to learn, so we learned how to create a repo and start our main branch. right? It automatically starts your main branch for you. Now we're going to learn how to create different branches using the command line interface, not using any graphical user interface like VS Code. No, sure. I just Googled that GitHub is currently in maintenance till UCT. Interesting. But maybe it's specific servers in different locations are having maintenance. But thank you, Yuki. But don't worry, we're using MIH. Should we call it Git MIH or MIH Git? Let us know what you think. Or MIH Git T, depending on what we're doing. So let's see how to list branches. So I'm just going to pull this back a little bit. So in order to list the different branches of your repo, your Git repo, you just say git branch. Yeah, enter. Why does that not work? Am I missing something? Let's create another branch. Am I missing something? So let's head back to our thingy and see. Let's create a branch from here. Maybe I need a file test. Oh, you know what? I'm not even going to use the thingy over here. So while I'm inside here, I'm just going to use vim. Git branch -r maybe. We'll check it out. But let's first try and add a file to it. So we're going to go to a vim test.txt. It's just a basic text file. And we're going to use vim, the text editor, the terminal text editor, in order to create this file. So testing Git CLI, right? Then we'll save it. I'll save and quit. So now if I go ls, it's over there, right? So okay. Let's not look at branches. Let's try and commit this thing. Git untrack file. Wait. Prepare to commit a file. You know what? Git branches A for all branches. Just -a. So it's still blank. I think it's because we have no branch at the moment. We just created a thingy. So let's do it from the terminal. Let's do it from the thingy. How do I save the file over here? Commit file. So yeah, now we have a main branch. Let's go git pull on this side. So let's rm test.txt. Perfect. So we're going to say git pull now. Upex, shout out for the follow over on TikTok. So we're going to git pull to pull some changes. All right, perfect. So now if we ls, yeah, now we have the test file over there. So let's clear our terminal. And let's try that command again. Just git branch without the -a suggested by Falcon. Yeah. So that was the problem. So good thing we're learning live together. So let's clear this. And I'll show you now. So after we created our first file and put our first file in our Git, so you can see it is over here. Our very first file. Once we do that, then our branch is created for I love git pull _rebase, keeps commit tree clean. So I also shout out. We'll definitely get into that. I think there's a little bit more advanced things right now, but thank you so much for reminding us about that. I also use that sometimes, not all the time though. So cool, so this is it. So now that we've created our file in our Git repo on the MIH Git, what we can do now is say git branch. And if we click enter, you will see we're on our main branch right now. So if we have a look at here, we're currently on the main branch. So we want to create our new B1 branch. So let's try and do that now from the terminal. So now that we have our branch, what we can do is, so I'm looking at the cheat sheet over here, right? So there's two ways in order to do this. So you can either say git switch or git checkout. I think checkout is the main one that people use. Let me know what the best one to use is, but I think I'll use git checkout -b. Let me show the people on YouTube. So I'll use git checkout dash B, and then give it a name, and then let's see what happens from there. So we're going to use git checkout in order to I tend to check out. Okay, perfect. I'll go with that. So we're going to say git checkout dash B, and then we'll give it a name. We can just say live test branch. Press enter. Shout out King, that joke has already been made, but we appreciate you. So okay, so once we've done that, we've checked out our new branch. So if this branch doesn't exist, so basically the checkout command is, I want to start using this branch, but if the branch doesn't exist, that one that you're trying to use, it's going to create it for you. So you can see switching to new branch live test. So now if I go git branch, you'll see that there's now 2 branches listed for us. And you'll see previously main was highlighted with a star, but now live is highlighted. So basically what that means is we're currently on this branch and not on our main branch. So any changes that we made are going to be made to this section over here. All right, perfect stuff. Now that we're here in our branch, we should be able to start editing some files. So let's see. Okay. So let's just edit a file, right? So we're going to say verm test. And from here, we're going to change it from test at the top. We're going to append and just say testing the Git CLI, right? We're going to save and quit. So now we have a file that's changed, right? So what are our next steps that we need to do? I'm not sure from here. I normally use the graphical user interface, but I'm sure it has something to do with preparing a commit. So add unchecked files or unstaged files. So git add file or git add all, and choose which parts of the file to stage. Git add, okay. Which parts of the files to stage? File, so git move. So git add dot all. Okay. Is that the thank you so much for letting us know. Is that the current is that the current trend, I guess? I don't know what other word to use. The norms. Do you just say git add dot? But I like breaking my things up into different chunks, I guess. But before we do the all one, right? Let's do test first. Test, we click add. Okay, then what? So after we add, div head. What are the next steps? Remove cache, remove file, git reset. So unstage file 1, git reset, unstages everything. Check what you added. Let's do a git status. All right, that looks like something useful. Git status. Okay. This is looking nice. So after we've added our file, our test file, and we do git status to say what's the status of this stage stuff. So you can see we have modified changes to be committed. Use git restore -- staged the file name to unstage a file. So this is if you've accidentally staged a file, you can remove it from here. And then the modified files is this test, which is one of our files that we have. Cool, so our file is there. So after we commit something, make a commit. So, okay, so let me bring this over. So after preparing a commit, okay, so after creating our repo, we prepared a commit. Oh, we created our branch, we prepared our commit, so we added our different files to the commit. So now let's make a commit. So open the text editor and write a message. So git commit or git commit message. So I'll do git commit message, commit all unstaged. No, we're going to use this one over here for sure. So let's try that out in the terminal. So we're gonna say git. We're gonna say git commit -m, and in quotes, our first commit from the terminal CLI. All right, and then enter. Okay, let's see what it says now. So git commit our first live branch file. So one file's change, one intersection, one deletion. Okay, right. Then what? Git show commit. Show the difference between git push. Shout out. But we're still getting there. But thank you so much, Falcon. I love it that you're here assisting us through this journey. So let's bring this over for the people on YouTube also. So we've done our changes to our file, which is over here. We've committed our changes by using git commit with the message. So now Falcon is saying we should use git push. But before we use git push, let's see what are the other things that are over here. Because git push seems to be on this side, and I think it's a little bit further along the process. So we'll use this side over here. So the top diff stage / unstage changes. Diff all stage and unstage changes. The difference. So diff, okay. Show the difference between a commit and its parent. Git show commit. How do we even do this? Git show commit. What commit am I using over here? Interesting. But let's dive in and just push it and see what happens. So git push. Wait, let's see. So git restore, git checkout, git delete, git clean. Git push must be far down. And there's even diagrams over here. I should have been using these ones. But push your changes. That's that. So push the main. So branch the remote. So git push origin and main. Push the current branch to its remote track branch. Git push. Okay, let's do git push. So what should happen now is our changes are only sitting in our local server. So if we head over to our MIH git and refresh and switch over to our, where's view all branches? Where's our branch? Oh, we haven't even pushed that branch, so it's not even over here. So the changes that we've been working on is only sitting inside our local machine, not yet on the git repo. So we'll have to do a git push. So push all current branches to its remote. So let's say git push. So let's see what's it telling us. So changes to be committed, git restore, change. Okay, no. So it's over here. So your first commit, deletion. The current branch live thread has no upstream branch. To push the current branch and set the remote as upstream, use git push set upstream origin test branch. So let's copy that because git is telling us this. So we'll copy this. We'll clear our terminal. And we'll paste it in. So we're saying git push set upstream origin to thingy. So let's do that. Okay. Let's see what the thingy is saying. Process, total, new branch, that. So now our change should be there, I'm assuming. So now if I reload here, nice. So after we reloaded, we do have our second branch over here. So you can see this is still our same CLI code. And under our branches, you see we have our 2 branches available for us. So the git push command, the git push command is the one that we use to push our changes. Mongameli, shout out for the follow on TikTok. We appreciate you. So now the next steps. So now we've done that. how do we create a pull request. So creating a pull request, I don't think we can use the CLI, if I'm being honest. Let me know in the chat. So because I'm using Git I don't think Git has the capability of doing that. I think you have to do it through the web interface. But let's have a look. Let's ask Gemini quickly. So I am using, I don't think so too. Yeah, I'm using Git. Okay. So if it's not there, then that's perfect, right? So now let's see how do we create a pull request. So now let's see in the process where we are. So let's undo. So we created our branch. So this is B1, right? B1. So we created our branch, we made changes, and then we pushed those changes to the actual GitHub or MIH Git website. And now from here, we want to create a pull request. So it's basically requesting the owner of the main branch to review your code and merge it with the main branch, your branch B1 with the main branch. So the only way I know how to do that currently is using the platform itself. So in order to do that, what I'll do is I'll go to pull request, and then so it's just here. So once you're in the repository, there's code with all the files, then it's issues, then it's pull request, actions, and all of this. So I haven't yet dive deep into the rest of them, but I've used these three before, but we're going to use the pull request for now. So ignore this message at the top. It happens when you first create it. Apparently it's GHPR create. Don't lie. Hectic. What is that? GHPR create. That's a GitHub one. So that's a GitHub one, but let's say for Git. For Git. I think Git has a version of this. So, but you'll have to use their tool. So install T. So then you must say T, you must have the T CLI tool, authenticate yourself, okay. Git login, yeah, this is many steps over here. So I won't do that. We'll just use the web interface for now. So once we go over to pull request, we just click on the blue button, new pull request. And then you'll see over here, it has like a user interface. So what do you want to merge into? So we want to merge our code into the main branch. So we're going to leave this as main. And then this part over here, pull from what branch? So what branch are these changes that you want to merge with the main branch? So we're going to go to the live test. Why not the green one? So the green one, so let's go back. That's a good question from Falcon. So you can see there's a green one at the top. It's saying you pushed a new branch live test 8 minutes ago. Do you want to create a new pull request to merge this in, right? So this pop-up doesn't always appear on the web tool for you, right? It only appears when you first create a branch and push it to remote, I guess. So let's say, for example, we do use the green one now, but then later on we want to use the same branch, but then merge more code into it. Then what happens is this one is not over here. And if you're only familiar with the green one, then you'll be struggling to know what's happening. So we'll just go the route of clicking on pull request. Yeah, it goes away sometime. Yeah. So instead of relying on this one and being scared when it's not there, what we're going to do is we're going to just use the regular one. So pull request, new pull request. So we want to merge it into the main branch. And then we want to pull it from our live test branch. And you can see once you do that, it shows you all the things that you've changed. So it used to say testing, but now we've added the ing and then the Git CLI. So all of this is over there. So then we can just say create pull request. And then our first commit to the thing is, so that's the title. And then we'll have the comment is, we are just testing out the new testing out the CLI git commands, right? So once we've added a comment, you can add some documents if necessary, all of those kind of things. Once you're happy with this, then you can just say create pull request, and then the create is over there available for me, right? So for the owner of this branch. So then what I would have to do, or what the owner of the branch would have to do, is they can either at the top of the screen over here, they can click on pull request, and then you can see that, oh, there's a pull request waiting for them under the Git CLI live branch. But if you're already on your repo, so if you're already inside your repo, you can just go to pull request, and you can see there's one open pull request over there for you. And then from here, you can click on it, and then you would review everything. But for this particular test that we're doing, I didn't put any rule sets in place. So what that basically is when there's specific rules, like your pull request has to be approved by 2 people, 2 admins, or that kind of thing, right? But we have no rules in this branch at the moment. So we're just gonna review everything. So we can review everything. We can write a message, reviewed, all good. Let me know what the real world uses when you're in the corporate space or when you're in your startups. What kind of commands, what kind of comments do you guys use? So reviewed code, all good. Reviewed changes, all good, right? We'll comment that. And then once we are ready with everything, I'm gonna create a merge commit. So I'm gonna create merge commit, and then we're just gonna create merge commit. And then now that we've done that, if we head back over to our code under the main branch, so remember we were currently working on the live test branch, but if we head over to the main branch, you should see that should also change to testing Git CLI, right? And if we head over here and switch branches, so if we were to switch branches, I use images a lot. Interesting. I'll have to dive into that. So I'm assuming you're creating like a Docker image or something that you would push to a specific area in order to do that. That's quite interesting. But once again, we're learning, but great insights. So let's switch our branch. So we're gonna git, what is that? Git checkout. We're gonna git checkout main, right? And then we're gonna ls, but I'm gonna cat what's inside test, and you're gonna see it hasn't changed yet. So you can see it's still showing a thingy. Let me do it in a different way. So I'm just going to, let's come down a bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to vim the test. And you'll see that our changes are not here. And that's because we haven't pulled the changes from our main branch to our local Git repository. So let's quit this. And let's say git pull. And then now if we go back to vim, you'll see our changes are now made. So the changes that were made from what branch was it? The changes that we made from our test branch is now available over here in our main branch. So basically, if we open up our thingy, we created our pull request, we reviewed it, our main admin, our branch admin, our repo admin, accepted the pull request and merged it, did a merge commit, so merged it back here. So we're currently sitting here on our repo. So that's how you change things. And let's see how we revert back to stuff, right? So I haven't done that on the, how do we do that from the CLI? That's a good question. I know how to do it. Git restore file source, git checkout, git remote add. Oh, git remote add name. No. So this is how I know how to do it, right? So please feel free to teach me while you're there, while you're out here. But basically what I know is you can go to the different commits on this screen, and then you can see the different commits that are out here. So I want to cancel this one over here and revert back to the very first one over here. So I think view at this point. So you view the code at this point. You see everything, and then I think there should be a button or something to say restore. It's not hard to revert. I'll do a soft uncommit. Soft uncommit. Hectic. Soft uncommit. What's the commands for that? Soft uncommit. So let's see our git commit, git checkout, git restore. Let's ask Gemini. So feel free to let me know if you have the answers, but we'll ask Gemini in the meantime. I just merged a commit in Git. How do I revert back? So, okay. So Falcon is saying, so if you committed and build fails, run git reset soft head 1. Git commit, so git reset dash soft dash 1. Okay, so to go back one commit, so you do this. That brings back your changes. Okay. Interesting. Commit ID. I have already pushed it. Git revert. How do we view our commits over here? If you're unsure of the commit ID, use git or reflog. So let's do that first and see what that gives us. Git reflog. So git reflog over here, enter. So okay, so this is what it's telling us. So fast forward, git 1 from this to this. Okay, so it's definitely this one over here. So I'm assuming this is our git ID or commit ID. I suggest you learn git with learn git branching js.org. It's life changing. Shout out. Who was this? Feet lover. Shout out feet lover 08 for the assistance. Let's go to this. Shout out. We appreciate you. Welcome to learn Git branching. Interested in learning Git? Well, you've come to the right place. Learn Git branching is the most visual and interactive way to learn Git on the web. You'll be challenged with exciting levels, given step-by-step demonstrations of powerful features, and maybe even have a bit of fun along the way. Shout out. After this dialogue, you'll see a variety of levels we have to offer. If you are a beginner, go ahead and start with the first. Yeah, okay. If you already know some Git basics, try some later challenges. We're not going to do that. We're going to go to beginner stages because that's where I feel I am. So you can see all commands available with show commands at the terminal. And PPS, GitHub has started naming the default branch main instead of master to migrate away from bias terminology in accordance to, okay, that's fine. So git main, remote. Let's go to main, introduction. So number 1, thank you so much, feet lover. Introduction to Git commits, right? So a commit in a Git repository records a snapshot of all the tracked files in your directory. It's like a giant copy and paste, but even better. Git wants to keep commits as lightweight as possible, though. So it doesn't just blindly copy the entire directory every time you commit. It can, when possible, compress a commit as a set of changes or a delta from one version of the repository to the next. Git also maintains a history of which commits were made when. That's why most commits have ancestor commits above them. We designate this with arrows and visualization. Maintaining history is great for everyone working on the project. Okay, perfect. It's a lot to take in, I know, very much. But for now, you can think of commits as snapshots of your project. Commits are very lightweight and switching between them is wicked fast. Okay. Let's see what it looks like. So I'll point it over here for you. So let's see what it looks like in practice. On the right, we have a visualization of a small Git repo, right? There are 2 commits right now. The first initial commit, C0, which is here, and a commit after that, C1, which is over here. That might have some meaningful changes. Hit the button below to create a new commit, git commit. So it creates a new commit like this. So it's in a line. Okay, perfect. Let's scroll down a little bit. So there we go. Awesome. We just made changes to a repository and saved them to the commit. Okay. With references, this commit we just made has a parent C1 which references which commit it was based off of. So C2 was based off of C1 and C1 was based off of C0. That's basically how we should read it. Next, go ahead and try it out on your own. After this window closes, make 2 commits to complete this level. Okay. So, okay. So I can I just say git commit? Okay. Git commit. Okay, so we created 2 additional commits over there. Perfect. What's the time? You solved it. You solved the level in 2 commands. Your solution used 2. Okay. Awesome. You matched or exceeded the solution. Would you like to move on to branching a Git? The next level. Confirm. So perfect. So we now understand committing. So we commit snapshots or changes to a branch. And that's like a linked list of changes for your project. Perfect. So Git branches. Branches in Git are incredibly lightweight as well. They are simply pointers to a specific commit, nothing more. So they're pointers to a specific commit. So that's what a branch is. Okay. This is why many Git enthusiasts chant the mantra, branch early and branch often. Because there is no storage/memory overhead with making many branches. It's easy to logically divide up your work than to have one big beefy branch. When we start mixing branches and commits, we will see how these 2 features combine. For now though, just remember that a branch essentially says, I want to include the work from this commit and all parent commits. Okay. So basically, okay, let's go back to our diagram to figure this out. So these points over here that I'm drawing, these points are different commits. So this is going to be the 0 commit, this is going to be the 1 commit, and this is going to be 2. Let's say 2 over here, right? So from here, we created a new branch, and this branch is basically saying that any code or any activity that happened from this branch and upwards over here, this is what we're taking over to our to create this new branch, and this is what we're working off of. Okay, perfect. I think I understand that for now. I'm so sorry we're not doing co-hosting this evening. So okay, basically, okay, perfect. So now let's see what, so I'll show you the animation. let's see what branches look like in practice. Here we create a new branch named new image. So the command is going to be git branch new image. So git branch new image. So that's all it is. The new branch now refers to C1. So it's now pointing, this new branch of ours is pointing here. So if we click next, let's try and commit some changes to this new branch. So git commit. So it creates it over here. Oh no, the main branch moved, but the new image branch didn't. That's because we aren't on the new branch, which is why the asterisk star is on main. Okay, so they're basically saying that you can see which branch you're on based on the star over here. So because the star is on main, that's what we are working on. We didn't switch over to a different branch. So let's see what we can do to correct this. So let's tell Git we want to check out the branch with git checkout name of the branch. So we're going to say git checkout the new image, and then we're going to git commit afterwards. All right, here we go. So now we're on the new one. Perfect. Note git version, this one called git switch was introduced to eventually replace git checkout, which is somewhat overloaded. It does a bunch of different things depending on the arguments. The lesson will use checkout instead of switch because the switch command is still considered experimental and the syntax may change in the future. However, we still try. Maybe I'm just not a visual learner. Yeah, it's a little bit less, it's a little bit confusing right now. So I feel you. I wish they would have done stuff like this, like actually branch it off and things. But I think it's definitely, for beginners like myself, it's definitely assisting. It's definitely assisting me. But how did you learn Falcon? And anyone else out there, how did you learn Git? Like the Git CLI tools, instead of using a GUI, what did you use and how did you learn it? Let us know. Which command is in this application? Also learn. Okay. So, okay. You are all ready to get branching. Once this window closes, you can make a new branch, git checkout -b new branch. Okay, so now we're currently on our, what is this? What's our instruction? Objective, okay. So git checkout. Yeah, we just need to check out. So we need to create a new branch. So git checkout -b and then branch 1. Did I do it? Make a new branch and then check out the branch. Once you think of git branching as a tree, it makes a lot of things easier, in my opinion. I only use the terminal to interact with Git. Perfect. That's my goal. That's our goal we're trying to move towards. So not using thing in the terminal. Make a new Git with Git branch. So making a I don't want to use the GUI, the extension, VS Code extension anymore, because one day I want to move over to NeoVim, which is a command line terminal text editor that is forked from Vim. So I currently know a little bit of Vim, enough to get by, but I want to learn NeoVim, and then when I'm learning NeoVim, I'm not going to be, there's no GUI over there for me to do a Git thing, so I need to learn it from there. You can see even Feet Lover over here is saying NeoVim is dope. So we are using the extension. Let's go over to VS Code. So we are using the VS Code extension for Vim. If you have a look, so you can see it's currently installed, and we are using the Vim emulator for VS Code. And we're moving with this. We're learning the navigation, we're learning the shortcuts, all of those kind of things. So we are learning that, but I want to move over to NeoVim. So my coworker uses NeoVim. looks cool looking at him navigate through files. Exactly. So I've seen a lot of YouTubers use NeoVim, and it just blows my mind how they do that, and they don't even have to go out of the terminal. So you can make some useful commands to make Vim even better in VS Code. You can check me out on GitHub username, shout out. Feet lover, you must definitely hit up our MIH Git. So here's the link over here. Create an account and then we'll check out your projects over here. But for now, we'll head over to GitHub. And I'll search for you. How do I even search? Home. Find a repository. How do I even use GitHub? Oh, there's it over here at the top. Paste. So actually it changed. My username is no problem. Is this you over here? Let us know. We're going to dive into this profile right now and see what things are happening. But let us know if this is you. Yes, shout out. So how do we see your repos? How do we see? Okay, we'll go to your name. Config files for my GitHub profile. Shout out Kokla. We appreciate you. Follow. How do we see your repos? I'm interested in win streak and programming without errors. Feet lover, shout out. I'm currently learning everything there is to know about tech. Fun fact, I like turtles. We appreciate you. How do we see your different repos? Because it's currently looking like there's only one. There should be a repo section. Oh, there's it over there at the top. My bad. But it's only showing this one. Is that other repo public? It's only showing one at the moment. And it's just your name. Bro is private. Yeah. Must be private. But that's okay. That's okay. But yeah, feel free to head over to the MIH Git. Here's the URL on the screen right now. Create an account. I have lots of public repos. Very strange. Oh, who was it? Yuki Magazine was saying that GitHub is down and they're doing some maintenance and stuff. So maybe that's the issue you're currently facing. Maybe there's a repo issue over there. But yeah, use the MIH Git. We're not down. We're up and running. But we can go back here. What did I do wrong? You can't hide this window with, you can hide this window with hide goals. So make a new branch with git branch. So let's do that. Git branch. Yeah, probably. I'll check out MIH. Please feel free. So MIH stands for Mzansi Innovation Hub. We have our own app up and running on the web. We're also up and running on the Google Play Store, Apple App Store, and Huawei App Gallery. Just search MIH or MIH app and will appear at the top of that list. Create your account, do everything. But for now, we don't have a link to our Git anywhere. It's going to be out in the next update. So please feel free. You can just type that in. So it's git.mzansi-innovation-hub.co.za. Register, create an account, and yeah, you can play around over there instead of using GitHub. And also what you can do, let me show you this quickly. So if we head back over and we go to repos over here and create a new one, we can migrate a repository. So you can migrate. So we know everyone is not using the same repository hosts. So you can migrate from any of these 9 providers. GitHub, the most popular one, I'm assuming, and migrate over to Git. But let's jump back into our lessons. So git branch and then say branch 2. And then git checkout -b branch 2. The name branch 2 is not allowed. What? I think I'm definitely doing something wrong. Test 2. Sorry, we need to keep branch name short for the visual. The branch name. Okay. What's the requirements? So, okay, let's see. There's some chats happening over here. So you already made a branch, but you're using checkout-b. You're trying to remake the branch. So I should just say checkout. So when I say dash, wait. Let's just say branch. So we currently, okay, so we are currently on our branch over here. So why are we not, why am I not pouncing? Makes the branch plus checks it out. Okay. Nazrin Ibrahim, shout out for the follow. We appreciate you. So dash B, so Feet Lover is saying this. Dash B that we were using makes a branch plus checks it out at the exact same time. But without the thing, it does it. So, and check it out. So let's check out branch 1 maybe. Okay. Okay, so we are switching between them. Why am I not parsing? Make a new branch with git branch. And check it out with git checkout. How do I reset this? Make a new branch with git branch. So, okay, let's do that. Git branch. Git branch. Let's call it tester. What did that do for us? Okay, tester is over there. My bad. It's this tool over here has a scrolly wheel. My bad, I'm not even showing you. So, okay, I created a branch called tester. Then I can say git checkout tester. Why am I not parsing? Yeah, why am I not parsing this test? What am I supposed to do? I think maybe reset the challenge. Yeah, probably. Instructions, git branch. Yeah. Perhaps a bug, or they gave you specific name to branch it. So I don't think they gave me a specific name. Yeah, you see it just says over here your branch name. So I think I didn't do the steps as they wanted me to do it. So I was doing nonsense. So git branch tester. And then after using that, git checkout tester. Int. Yeah, make a new branch, git branch, I've done that. And check it out with git checkout, I've done that. Yeah, there must be, where's instructions? Branch, once it's gonna close. Make a new branch. Oh, name bug fix. That's why you actually write feed finder. You write feed finder. So git branch bug fix. And then git checkout bug fix. Ah, my bad. I wasn't reading. I wasn't reading things. Okay. So git branch is the main one. So to create a branch, let's try it on our thing. So let's just say git branch. Let's clear this first. So we're going to say git branch. So we're just going to try this out. So git branch to list them out. So we have two branches now. It's main and test. So we're going to say git branch and then give it a name. Let's say bug fix, the same thing that we did there. So if I come back up, now there's bug fix over there for us also. Okay, nice. We're learning. I think tomorrow we're going to dive deeper into it again. There's still lots of things that are required for us to do, and we'll definitely hook that up. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining, participating, sharing some of your knowledge. We're going to be live again tomorrow. I'll let you know what time that's going to be, and we'll figure things out from there. But thank you so much for joining this evening's MIH Live. Remember, the MIH app is available on the Google Play Store, Apple App Store, Huawei App Gallery, and the web. All you have to do to find us is search MIH or MIH app, and we'll appear at the top of the list. Download it, register your account. If you have a business, activate your business account and get yourself loaded on the Mzansi directory. Jimmy, shout out for the likes. And yeah, we also have a Git available for you, our own MIH Git. So instead of using other service providers, other hosts, what you can do is head over to git.mzansi-innovation-hub.co.za, and you can register and start loading your projects, migrating your projects, all those kind of things. And you can look at the MIH project yourself. So what we use to create the MIH app, that is all open source. It's been made open source for like about a week now. And that is currently available on GitHub as our backup. And the main one that we work off of is inside our MIH Git. So please feel free and check it out over there and clone it. You can fork it. You can do anything that you want and make some improvements to it. Cool. Thank you so much. If you'd like to support us, please feel free to download the MIH app, like I mentioned, and subscribe to us and follow us on all the different platforms. If you like the lives, we are live on YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. If you like a mobile experience, you like watching on your phone, use TikTok or use YouTube. The experience is way better over on YouTube. And if you want to watch on your TV and you just want to have a TV experience, please feel free to head over to Twitch. Just search Mzansi Innovation Hub and we'll appear at the top of the list. Cool. Thank you so much, everyone. We had a great time with you this evening. We hope to see you in tomorrow's live, and let's keep working hard, Mzansi.